to everyone. Chazak Baruch Rabbi Eliezer, Chazak Baruch Rabbi Gad, sorry. Thank you. There's two questions coming up. Number one, we see a lot of different minhagim by Sephardi and Ashkenazim during the Omer. What if a girl is from Sephardi community and the Chatan is from the Ashkenazi community? They want to get married. Chatan says, I want to get married on Rosh Chodesh Iyar, which is 10 days ago, and Kala says, excuse me, until 34th of Omer, we cannot make any weddings. Until Lag BaOmer. Lag BaOmer next day. So what do we do in this case? Who do we follow? Kala's side or Chatan's side? Halacha says you go for this lehakel. Lehakel, why? Because you have to follow here Chatan's side. Anything has to do with wedding, if Chatan is Sephardi and the girl is Ashkenazi, you follow Chatan's side. If he's Sephardi, Sephardi. If it's Ashkenazi, Ashkenazi. Same thing with the Ketubah. They always say, well, what kind of Ketubah do we bring? Sephardi Ketubah or Ashkenazi Ketubah? If Chatan is Sephardi, has to be Ketubah Sephardi. Everything's Sephardi. There's little slight differences, but has to follow this. And same thing here, even though for us, not allowed to make weddings until 34, but if Kala is getting to Chatan Ashkenazi, and they want to do, they have custom to do weddings on the Rosh Chodesh Iyar, you're allowed to make it and you're allowed to go to support the family. Second question came up. Yesterday we spoke about very hard mitzvah is to respect your parents. So if I became a good barber, professional barber, my father says, give me a haircut. Am I allowed to give a haircut to my father or no?
No.
Look at this, there's two differences. Number one, 100 years ago and now, not 100, 25 years ago. Remember Poku?
The blade. Yeah,
Razor blade. Those days, I remember used to shave people with the razor blade. If God forbid, slight mistake could cut a person. And 90% whenever you give a haircut or shave, blood would come out. I remember as a kid, I said, someone would come out. So the question is, are you allowed to give scratch to your father? Never. No halakha will forgive a son to give scratch or even hurt his father, chas v'shalom. So what are you going to do here? The answer is, olden times there was a big problem. Why? Because that for sure makes him bleed. Today is different. So that case, Trumat Adeshin says, not allowed. If there is no barbers in the world, your father's the one, you have to ask first 50 times mechila, and then give a haircut or shave your father. Fine. Today, what's the law? Rabbi Ovadia Yosef says like this. If you have guarantee that father might not bleed, you have guarantee, I'll give him some special haircut or shave that he might not bleed. There's no for sure he's going to bleed. If there's no guarantee for sure he's going to bleed, you're allowed to give him a haircut. But if you don't guarantee, no, for sure he has to bleed a little bit, but when I don't know, not allowed. Why? Because for sure you're not allowed to harm your father. When I told this yesterday in my group, one lady asked good question. So 1 second, can my husband and my son wrestle? You know, father and son sometimes they wrestle, especially when there's a close age gap. Like guy got married 18, 19. He has son before he became 40. His son is already 18, 19. So he says, Abba, can I wrestle once with you? I love to wrestle with your son. No. Why? Sometimes what if son does something harsh and father falls on the floor? He says, what? You did this to me? And he wants to now revenge back. That's wrong. In any time in the world, to put extra stress or extra harm to your father or to your son, it's asur. So father is more stricter, so therefore a person shouldn't take these chances.
What about teacher? Can you give a haircut or to teacher, rabbi?
Teaching out self-defense?
Okay, I'm allowed to give a haircut to your rabbi or to your teacher. Honestly, this is not such a strong question. It's good. There was a case when one rabbi had heart problems. He asked his student to do heart surgery.
Yeah.
His student said, Rabbi, my hands are shaking. You'll be shaking. He says, but do you understand? You're the best one I know in Manhattan, and I trust you. So do it. It was very hard for him. He took also assistant, but he was matzliach. A person should be careful. Why? Because listen, whenever you have a person that you shake from, accident could happen.
Yeah.
But in these days, it's much more lenient. Why? Because there is for sure guarantee that the person will not bleed. We have electric stuff today, with the batteries.
You're right.
Those days they didn't have this stuff. Everything is natural. I remember seeing certain seasons they used to give a haircut.
Yes.
Forget about it. For sure you're going to sometimes cut the head off. Hashem should protect us and help us to grow and learn. Tonight, crazy shiurim, and Rabbeinu B'chayim.